Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I'm Cyrus Webb here with Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm here in my home office today, and today we're talking about plants. I'm excited about this segment because for any of us who have indoor plants, as the seasons change, this is a time we have to worry about making sure that they're taken care of. I'm going to show you how Miracle Grow is going to help you guys to be able to do that. And I have some great new products I'm going to be able to share with you guys as well. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure everything is set with our social media sites. We're going to be connecting here with Amazon Live here in a bit. Just want to make sure that we are all set here on the Facebook side and that it is public. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Because we are live, you guys are joining us live. If you have any questions, feel free to be able to drop those in the comment section. I will be monitoring those for you guys. But again, you guys know I love my plants. I love to be able to share with you guys what I've been able to do with mine. And now, of course, I'll give you some ideas as we're in the fall season now, how you make sure that you're taking care of your plants and that they are able to be displayed throughout your house. And I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be doing that myself. And you all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. I'm here in my home office, also broadcasting on Facebook, on Twitter, as well as on YouTube. Glad you all could be with us today. As you guys can see, I'm in my home office today where I have my plants kind of displayed right now. As you guys have noticed, as I've been doing these segments with my plants, typically you guys see them on this table. And that is because that is where I keep them. I have all of my plants here together. But now that the season is changing, I want to be able to spread them throughout the house, but also making sure that they're being taken care of. And I'm going to be doing that thanks to Miracle Grow's indoor potting mix. Miracle Grow is something I've been using throughout this year. As you guys can see through the plants I have here, it's been very good for me to be able to keep my plants healthy. And I want to share you guys a little bit. Hello to you, Amazon customer. I appreciate you joining us today. If you guys are new to us here on Amazon Live, invite you guys to give us a follow. You'll notice the follow button is either below you guys or it may be over in the corner, depending if you're watching on your mobile device, on your desktop or laptop. Today we're in my home office, and today we're talking about how to be able to use Miracle Grow, be able to take care of your plants. As you guys can see here in my home office, I have all of my plants together. Makes it very easy for me not to forget to water any of them. But now that the seasons are changing, I want to be able to spread them throughout my house. And I'm going to share with you guys some different products that I've been able to get that are going to help me to be able to do that and make sure they get the attention that they need. One of the new things I'm going to do actually in today's broadcast is actually do an unboxing. Haven't done an unboxing for you guys live in a while. I actually got a light set here for my home office to be able to help, because you guys know, of course, one thing that does happen in the fall, you may have to worry about the sunlight there. So I want to be able to get a light here for my plants. I'm going to be actually unboxing that with you guys here in just a bit. All of the items I'm going to be discussing with you guys today are in my carousel. You'll notice the carousel is below you, probably depending on what device you're joining us on, or maybe over on the side. I'll be featuring them throughout the broadcast. We're going to begin actually with Miracle Grow, because what I like so much about Miracle Grow is that it's one of those things, again, it's the only potting mix that I've been able to use with my plants, and the growth has really been amazing. I love the way that it's very easy to use. It has all the ingredients that you need to be able to get started. And go ahead and show you guys. This is the indoor potting mix that I personally use here. And again, that's what we're going to be using, because we're actually going to be repotting some of these. You guys can see some of them are running outside of the pots that they're currently in. I'm going to be actually repotting some of those today with some new pots that I got. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys that, and also using Miracle Grow to be able to doing that. Again, if you have any questions as we're going throughout our segment today, feel free to let me know. Be glad to be able to answer those for you. Some of the first things I want to share with you guys, though, before we get into the actual repotting, I want to share with you guys some of the things I've been able to use when it comes to being able to take care of my plants and to display them. So I'm going to start first with this 2-pack plant stand. Now, you actually get 2 of these. I'm going to share with you guys one of them. Here's one here. This is really easy to be able to put together. I will tell you, out of all of the plant stands that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, this is the only one that does not come with instructions. But it's pretty self-explanatory as to how to put it together. So as you guys can see, this is what it looks like here. Really sturdy, really good material. It does come, of course, unassembled. So you do have to screw on your legs. It comes with the screws and the bolts for that. You can see them there on the bottom. However, keep in mind 2 things with this. It does not come with instructions, as I mentioned, but also does not come with the screwdriver. Out of all of the other plant stand I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. This is the only one that does not come with the tools needed to assemble it. But if you have a screwdriver, you're going to be fine. All you have to do is screw, as you can see, the legs there on it, and you're all set to go. Really easy, really sturdy. It right now is $15.99. That's $15.99. Let's see. I have a question there. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Does the potting soil have fertilizer mixed in with it? Kathy, yes, it does. I'm so glad you asked that question. So yes, it does come with fertilizer. It pretty much comes with anything you'll need for your indoor container plants. I want to make sure that I bring that point out. So all of your ingredients that you need, indoor potting plants, it has everything mixed in. So that's what makes it so great, Kathy. This is the only thing that I use, Kathy. I don't use any other ingredients when it comes to my plants. And as you can see, in fact, Kathy, I'm going to share with you. Hey, Lawana, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to show you, Kathy, when I started this journey actually in October. And I literally just started. This was, Kathy, if you missed the story, there was one plant that my grandmother had 7 years ago when she died that was in the house. And I was convinced I was not going to let that plant die. So I went online to try to figure out how can I keep this plant alive. And it was one plant. And Kathy, this is how it all started off. This is how the journey started with me in Miracle Grow in January. So that's what the plant looked like. You can see it actually I'm going to show you guys the pot now. But that's what it initially looked like when I planted her plant that was here from 7 years ago. So in January, when I first planted it, that's what it looked like. And so now, Kathy, this is that same plant. Look at that. Look at how it looks. And all I did, just use the Miracle Grow potting mix with it. And this plant has given birth to all of these that you see in front of you now. It all started again with this one plant, with that one there. That was all I had. And once I start using, you can see my review there written in January. So that's how it all started. And now you have this and all of these. So all of these have come from this one plant. As you can see, it still is running over. But again, all I use is a Miracle Grow potting mix. And this has been able to help me to take care of not only this plant, but also now I have all of these kids that have come along the way, which is why I have to do some of the other things too. So yeah, it is great. And it all came. And so it's a very sentimental thing for me, Kathy, because as you guys, you know how I feel about my grandmother. And I was like, you know what? I do not want this plant to die. And Miracle Grow has helped me to be able to keep it alive and to be able now to share it. So I had some family in town from Alabama. You guys may have seen those pictures online. I was able to give them some of the plant because I have so much of it. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I'm able to take care of it, how I do it. And also I'm going to be repotting some of these today. So again, that's part of what we're going to be doing in today's segment. So thank you so much for the question, Kathy. But yes, it comes with everything you need. Everything you need is right here in the Miracle Grow potting mix. So again, I was sharing with you guys the plant stand there. So again, I'm going to show you again. So this is a really sturdy one. This one is $15.99, and you get two of these. Okay, you do get two, but again, really good material. The two things I'll remind you of just to keep in mind. It does come with these screws, with the screws and the bolt. Does not come with instructions or with a screwdriver. So just keep that in mind. If you have a screwdriver around, you're going to be just fine with that. So again, this is $15.99, and you get two of these. The next one is actually something I literally just assembled this weekend, and that is this plant stand. It's $26.99 right now. It is on sale. So let me share with you guys this. Let me take off my little Groot. Kathy, this is another one of the plants that's come from this. I'm going to put Groot over here for right now. We'll place him back here in a minute. But this is a plant stand. It actually has places for 4 of your plants, as you guys can see there. You can put one on the top. You can put one on the side, and then two near the bottom. This was $26.99. It is on sale right now. Really easy to be able to assemble. Now, this one does come with instructions, thankfully, because most people know. I do have some issues sometimes. Hey, Marjorie, hope all is well with you. I do have some issues sometimes, but this is very easy to be able to assemble. It took me, I think, about 15 minutes. It does come not only with the screws and bolts, it also comes with the wrench to be able to tighten it. So it makes it very, very nice. Very good material. Again, it's that iron material. And the top just slips on and you're all set to go. Now, you don't have to use the top. The top can be taken off if you don't want it this tall. But it is a really nice plant stand to be able to use. I'm going to be putting this one in my living room. But again, just assembled that this weekend. And that, again, like I said, is $26.99. It is on sale right now. The next one I want to share with you guys is one I also put together this weekend. Go ahead and highlight it here. Make sure that it's there. Let's see. I'll come back to, if I don't see it on the round, I don't see it there. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to it. The next thing I want to share with you guys, though, are the buckets that I use here in my home office to be able to water my plants. Now, these are these collapsible buckets. You guys can see there. Really nice design. Look at that. Comes with the handle and everything. Holds a good bit of water. You get two of these. This is the smaller one here. And the larger one, I think I have over here. Yes. Here is the larger one here. So let me show you what's so cool about this. These are $22.99. Okay, you get two of these. Really nice design, really good material. And these are good. Again, I use mine here in my home. But if you want to use them for washing your vehicle or any kind of like a job that you're doing where you're going to be able to need water, these are really cool. And let me show you how easy they are to be able to open up and then to close back, okay? So again, I have one that I use here in the home office for my water. That one always stays up. I don't close this one. The large one I don't have to use as much, but all you have to do is when you're ready for it, it's really easy. You just take your hand, take in the bottom, and just press. Just press in the bottom there, and it opens it up. You can see there. And there's your handle. It's all set to go. And then when you're finished, what they suggest is all you have to do is turn it upside down. So I'm going to do that for you guys. Turn it upside down. And then just use both hands and press it down like that. And there you go. And it's collapsible. So this is something you could easily be able to store. Doesn't take up a lot of space, as you can see. You can be able to put it on a shelf. Very easy. And again, it's going to be ready for when you need it. This, again, is $22.99. You get two of them. So you get the larger one that's here, and then I use the smaller one here in my home office for the water for my plant. So really good value, but again, really easy to be able to use, to be able to pop out for when you need it. And then when you're done with it, turn it upside down, press on it, and you're all set. All set to put it back. Again, that's $22.99, and you get two of these, the collapsible buckets there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of the actual pots that I have here. Because like I said, I'm going to be consolidating some of these, putting some of these on my plant stand. But also, I want to share with you guys the ones we're going to be repotting too. So I'm going to start with the one that kind of began this journey for me. And that is this one. This pot was $9.62. Probably one of the reasons why I got it, because it's very affordable. But again, this is the one that I kind of started with here. $9.62 right now on Amazon. That is the regular price. It's not on sale, so that's a really good price. So one of them for $10. Now, one thing I will say, and I'll tell you about these trays later, because it does not come with the tray, but it does come with the section there on the bottom. You can see there to be able to get your extra water. You can see there. So this is really easy to be able to use. It is plastic. I think it's the only plastic one that I'll be sharing with you guys today. But this one is plastic, $9.62. Really easy to be able to use. But like I said, I quickly outgrew this. Again, I began mine in January in this particular pot. And I've now had to change several times. And again, this is one of the ones I'm going to be actually taking some out of today and then actually putting in some new pots that I got today. So again, that's the first pot that I got. Once I saw that that was not going to be big enough, I'll share with you guys what I got next. And that was this set. This set is, you get 3 pots. These are ceramic pots. They're $16.99 for a set of 3. Really nice design on these. I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys what they look like. Again, they come with the section, and you can see again how this is growing here. But comes with the section to be able to hold your water. Really nice design on the actual pot. They come in 3 different sizes, of course, a small, medium, and large. But really nice, and as you can see, this plant is running out of this one too. I'm going to be taking some of the plant out of this one too and repotting it in a new pot there. So again, you get 3 of those. That's a small, medium, and large. Nice design there. And these are all very affordable. Here's another one. That is the large one that I just showed you guys. This is the medium one. I'm sorry. This is the medium one here. And here is the small one. And again, you can see, look how the plant's running out of there. And again, all I'm using on it is a Miracle-Gro potting mix on these. But you can see it. All of these, again, came from that first plant that I shared with you guys. All right. And again, so you get the 3 set for $16.99. All right. The next pots that I have, and these are another ones that have a nice design on them. You actually get 2 of these. These are $21.90. Again, great design. This one is a smoother texture on it. You can see there. It also comes with a section to be able to take the extra water. You can see there. But again, really nice size, really good depth on it. And you get 2 of these for $21.90. So that's $21.90. Here is the smaller one here. You can see there. Again, all of these are really nice designs, and they make it really easy to be able to move your plants around. So again, like I said, I have these plant stands here and now. I'm going to be moving the plants around my home because I want to make sure, of course, during the fall time that they're getting the light that they need. All right, so some of the comments I get sometimes are kind of funny about some of the pots that I use. I am a fan of Marvel, as you guys know. Marvel's having a pretty big year this year, and one of the main characters is Groot. So I do have the 4-in-1 Groot stands. Now, let me tell you what's cool about these. And these I have 2 of them here, but you get a set of 4 of these. And as you can see, they're in different positions, right? So they have some with the arms outstretched. So you get a total of 4. I use 2 of them for my plants, and you can see that they look pretty cool. But I also have them in my home office when it comes to putting my pencils and pens in. So they're actually multifunctional. So you can use them for your plants. It does have the drainage hole. Keep in mind it does not have a bottom on it that can be to catch the water though. So if you're going to be having them on a surface, you will be able to have or need the saucers like I have here to make sure you catch the extra water. But in the bottom, it does have the drainage hole so the extra water can drain out. But it does need a place to be able to go. So again, you can get the 4 set of these. This is $26.99. Again, $26.99 for these. Again, you get them in different positions. But you're able to put either your plants in them like I have these 2, or you'd be able to put them just pretty much anywhere you want to in your office or wherever you want to be able to put paper clips, that kind of thing. They're really cool for that too. So that's the 4 set there. Now you can be able to get just the individual ones, but just keep in mind those are going to run you about a quarter of the price. So it's a really good deal to be able to go ahead and get the 4. That way you have them to be able to use in different areas. Again, that's $26.99. Also, you will notice here on this side where I have the Miracle-Gro potting mix sitting, there's a plant stand there. These are by NIFGAF. I'm going to go ahead and highlight these. These are on sale right now for $18.95. $18.95, a really good deal. These are very easy to be able to assemble. All you have to do is screw the legs on. Gives you a nice base there to be able to sit your plant on. The legs are nice and sturdy once you tighten them up. As you can see, it has the felt ends there to keep you from scraping your floor. And again, these are on sale right now for $18.95. I have 2 of them. You can see there. But a really good deal and a really great way to be able to display your plants too throughout your home. All right, so those are the actual plant stands, and going through the pots that are already out here. Make sure I didn't miss any of the pots. If you guys are just coming in, you're watching Cyrus Ware Presents. Today we're showing you how you can use Miracle-Gro to be able to refreshen your plants as we're going into the fall. I'm going to be actually repotting some of the plants you guys see here, displaying them on the plant stands you see behind me. and be able to showing you different ways you can be able to take care of your plants as we're going throughout the fall. If you're joining us on the Amazon Live side and you have not done so already, give us a follow. You can notice the follow button is below or in the corner. Also, you'll notice all of the items that I'm discussing today are in the carousel. You can be able to click on them to be able to find out more information and also to get yours as well. Again, all of these items are very affordable, very easy to be able to use, and something that will help you as you're kind of transporting your plants throughout the house or your home office, as I'm doing through the fall, or be able to make sure that they're being taken care of. All right, so I mentioned this earlier. One of the things that I did have to buy, because some of the pots that I buy do not have a section to be able to catch the extra water. They have the drainage holes to be able to allow the extra water to run off, but they don't have the actual section there to be able to hold the water. So I want to share with you guys what I got, and that is this set here. You're able to get six of these for $6.99. This is not a sale price. That's the regular price of these. Really good deal. And this is what the pack looks like, because I actually bought extras because I knew I was going to be buying some extra pots. So this is the set that they come in. And again, you get six of these. That's $6.99. Really good deal once you open them up. I mean, they're ready to go. All you have to do is just place your pots right on top of them, and you're all set. And I like the fact, too, nice design on those. Even though they're inexpensive, they're something that are very functional and definitely have come in handy for me. It's helped me from having water kind of going all over the place as I am watering my plants. So I definitely love these. But again, they're $6.99. So I want to go ahead and show you, because I showed you guys the bucket that I have here that I use for my water to be able to water my plants in. I showed you how you can be able to get that. I'm going to go ahead and now start the repotting process on some of these plants, and then placing them on my plant stand. So you guys can see how they can help you to kind of be able to maneuver things. Also, I have some really creative ways to be able to display your plants. I'm going to share with you that at the end. So let's go ahead and start, though, with the repotting. So I've gotten a few new pots that I purchased for myself that I want to be able to share with you guys. And go to the first set here. All right. So this first set, it is $21.59. It is on sale right now, and you get three of these. Now, nice design on these, you can see there. I love the design. This is the larger one. Now, again, it's large, but not too big, right? Here is the smaller one that's there. You can see there. Nice depth on it. Now, keep in mind, this goes to what I was sharing with you earlier. And this is something you may want to consider, too, when you're choosing which pots you're getting. It has the drainage hole, as you can see there. But these do not come with the saucers to be able to catch the water. So that's why the saucers I have are so important. There's a medium one there. And I'm unboxing these for the first time with you guys. So as you can see, there's a protective section that's there. And then there's the larger one that I mentioned. And hey, Sharon Tail, hope all is well with you. Sharon Tail, we're in the home office today, sharing with you guys how I've been using Miracle-Gro to take care of my plants. And as we're going into the fall, how we can be able to make sure that we're able to display our plants, but also make sure they're being healthy. Anonymous20, thank you so much for the follow there on Amazon Live. Again, if you guys are not following us here, we have programming 7 days a week here on Amazon Live. Feel free to be able to click that follow button below or on the side. We'd love for you guys to follow us here. We have programs like this that are taking place inside of my home and home office. We also have talk shows that are here on Amazon Live, as well as book sections where I'm known as the book guide, where we're sharing with you guys book selections there, and also an interview series as well. So feel free to be able to follow us so you can know exactly when we're going live. So let's go ahead and get into how I typically go about repotting these plants. Now, one of the things that I will mention that I do is to make sure that, because again, I'm a novice at this. Some of you may be more experienced when it comes to taking care of plants. I'm pretty much a novice. So what I've been learning, I pretty much just learned on my own. My grandmother was the one who was really into plants. I was not. So anything that you guys see me doing, you may say, hey, I don't do it that way. Hey, there's really no right or wrong way with what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. I think the important thing is to realize that when it comes to the spacing of the plants, making sure they do have room to be able to grow and to breathe. And that's one thing I definitely have learned that I want to be able to share with you guys. So again, I just opened up these. And again, these are $21.59. They are on sale right now. So these are the three I'm going to be using right now. Now, because of the amount of plants that I have here, I'm not going to use a small one today, because honestly, it's not going to be big enough. Because as you can see, these quickly outgrow. All of this growth is in the past 9 to 10 months, right? So I'm already knowing the larger one's going to be the best ones for me. So that's what I'm going to be using today. And again, I do have my saucers there that I shared with you guys earlier. I'll be putting that inside of there. So let's go ahead and see which one of these I'm going to unplant first. So you can see, like, I have one like this. You see how this is growing? How big this is? Now, I could literally be able to cut this off, because you can see there's root there, right? So I'm going to actually be able to cut this off here and to be able to repot that. That's what I'm going to do first, because again, see how heavy this is? It's going to end up breaking if I don't cut it. So I'm going to cut it here at the joint there in the plant, and to be able to take this in to repot it. So that's what we're going to do on this particular one. So to do that, what I'm going to do is start with my kit. This is the kit that I have here, and the only thing that I've honestly used in this kit, and this is $29.99. So in this kit, you guys can see here, it has a lot of different gardening tools in it. Only thing I use actually are the clippers, but it does come with a lot of other items, like it has your little forks, your little shovels, that kind of thing. The only thing that I use in this set are my little clippers. So that's what I'm going to be using today. But this set is really cool if you guys are doing larger projects too. Like I mentioned, it even comes with gloves. It does come with your shovel. The little items that you need like that. These, what I love, is very sharp. You guys can see there. Really easy to be able to use. It does have the safety that is on there to be able to lock them when they're not in use. And then when you need them, just unlock them there. So as I mentioned, what I'm going to be doing today on this one, I'm going to be cutting this again at the joint of the plant there. Because again, this has become very top heavy. As you guys can see, look at that. Look how it's. So I want to be able to cut it there so that I can be able to release some of that pressure there. And then I'm going to repot it in this larger pot here. All right, so let's get started. So the Miracle Grow that I have that I'm using right now is this one. I should mention too about the Miracle Grow. You actually get 2 of these bags. So I want to go back to that so you guys know, again, the value you're getting. You're getting 2 of these bags for $10.97. So these 2 bags came together. And again, I haven't even used half of this one, so they do last you a good while. So kind of keep that in mind too. But I'm going to go back to the pots that I'm using now as I'm doing this repotting. Go back here. Make sure I'm highlighting the right one here for you guys. Okay, there we go. Just want to make sure I'm highlighting the right one for you guys, the one that's on sale right now. So I'm going to go ahead now and start with the repotting. Now, the way that I normally get started is I will start to put some of the potting mix in first. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my cutting and then place it inside. What Miracle Grow recommends is that you do halfway up when you first start and then put the extra potting mix on top. So that's what I've been doing myself, and it's worked really well. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'm going to go ahead and take out some of my Miracle Grow, the potting mix there. Just going to put on my gardening gloves here and pour some of this into our pot. And again, I'm going to pour it halfway. Okay. So let you see that. And again, these are really deep pots too. So you can see I'm pouring it halfway here. Going to go ahead and push that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my clippers or my shears there from my kit. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be cutting from this joint. That's where I'm going to be cutting there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cut. All right. So I still have a lot of plant there. I'm actually going to move this over though, so that it can be more centered. But this is what we are actually, as you can see, that's still a lot of plant there. So the way I typically do this, I'm actually going to bend it around so that it's able to grow together this way. That's how I'm going to do it. So again, and you can see it has plenty of root on it. So I'm not going to be in danger of hurting the plant that way. There's plenty of root there for it to grow with. So I'm going to go ahead and just place it inside of the pot. And again, this is the large of the 3 set that we have. Go ahead and place it inside. Yeah, and this is going to work out really well. I'm going to go ahead and press it in. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some more of our potting mix on top of it. Make sure it's nice and covered. Okay. And again, the main thing is to make sure that the roots are covered in your potting mix. And that's what I'm doing here, just making sure the roots are covered. All right. And this is for me, I know it is work, but it's also relaxing for me too, because it is very different than what I do from day to day. Once you make sure that it's positioned in there well, like we have here, then we can go ahead and water it. Okay, go ahead and clean the excess of it off here. Go ahead and put some water on it. And after I put the water on it, then I'm able to double check it just to make sure that, again, everything, that the roots and everything are in there good. Again, you're checking for the roots that were on each section. That's what you're checking for. As long as that is in there, you are all set to go. Cut a little bit of this extra off here. Perfect. Okay. Now, I share with you guys, I have my water in the collapsible bucket that you see there, but I do have just a little pan that I use to be able to get the water out. Okay. And as I mentioned, remember there's no, so I'm going to go ahead and put my tray here to make sure I don't have a mess here in the office. All right. I'm going to make sure it's really, really damp there. And again, you can see, so that's the first one we've replanted there. And again, all we're doing is just taking the roots that were growing off of that plant that you guys saw and making sure that they are deep enough in our potting mix so they can continue to grow. Go ahead and position this around here. And again, as I was sharing earlier with Kathy, if you do this and make sure it gets the sunlight that it needs, you're all set. I water mine since we're now in the fall. I've been noticing I do check them every other day, but I normally have been watering mine like twice a week. That's been plenty for me for mine. But of course, it depends on what type of plant it is. So just make sure that you are checking it. The main thing, though, of course, to make sure that it is getting the light that it needs. And hey, Dennis, hope all is well with you. And as you can see, there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned off. And that's our first one that we have done. But again, it's one of those things that it takes a little bit of time. But it can be, as Dennis said, it is relaxing. But also you're making sure that the plants get the attention that they need and that they're able to keep growing so you can keep enjoying it. I'm going to add a little bit more water here. Again, you want to make sure, especially when you are repotting them, making sure that you do have them so that they have enough water. And you're also able to check, too, to see if you need to add any additional potting mix. I think these are going to be good. I'm just going to double check that. Okay. All right, and we're ready to go on to the next one. So as again, for those who are just coming in, you all are watching Cyrus Ware Presents. Today we're using Miracle Grow to be able to keep your plants nice and refreshing as we're going into a new season. I'm sharing with you guys some great ways that I've been able to do, some great pots that I've been able to use, and great ways to be able to display your pots as well, as far as your plants as well. So make sure, again, if you're not following us already here on Amazon Live, make sure you guys give us a follow down below or up in the corner. Again, we're using just the Miracle Grow indoor potting mix for this. And again, all of the plants you guys see here, guys, I shared this earlier, but I want to show it again for you to be able to see. I started this journey just in January, and this is how it started off. You guys can see there my review there in January when I first started with this journey. And now, as you guys can see, I have a nice little family of plants here. But I'm getting ready, as we're in the fall now, to be able to move them around my home and home office. So I'm looking for different ways to be able to do that. And that's why I am now going through repotting some of these. Also being able to look for different ways to be able to display them. I shared with you guys the plant stands that I've gotten earlier. I'm also going to share some ways to be able to hang your plants throughout the home as well. So as I mentioned too, the set that I'm highlighting right now, you get 3 of them. I'm only using 2 of them because the small one is pretty small. As you guys can see, these plants grow pretty quick. Again, all of this growth is since January. So what I've decided to do is just to use for these, to use the large one, which I just planted. And also here is the medium one. So I'm going to use that one next. And I can already see, yeah, the extra water is already running off there, which is good. And again, you just want to make sure that it is, when you are repotting these, that you are giving them the water that they need to get started. And then after that, like I said, for mine, I've been watering them pretty much twice a week. That's been pretty much all I've had to do for mine. But it will depend on what type of plant that you have. So just kind of keep that in mind. So let me see the next one I want to be able to repot here, because again, these are running over. So the next one, this one looks pretty good. I'm going to leave that one the way it is. Okay, this one here is another one you can see is trying to get away. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And again, you see it has plenty of roots there, so I'm safe in taking that one off. I was having a conversation with my cousin yesterday, and she was asking me how I went about being able to prepare these. And she said that she soaks hers. And I said, no, I don't actually soak mine before the roots start. Only thing I do is just use the potting mix and just be able to make sure the roots are pretty much secure in the potting mix, and I just start watering them. So I don't actually. Some people do, I think, and again, I'm doing the same thing with this one, filling it up halfway. Some people might put them in water first to let the roots grow more, but as you can see with this one, there are plenty of roots there. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did before. Just going to bend it this way so that it can be nice and secure inside. And then just make sure that the soil is on top of it. So that we can make sure that the roots get the attention that they need. Go ahead there, put that in there. The main thing, again, for me is just to make sure that the roots are covered. That's it. As long as the roots are covered, you're good. And then making sure they get the water that they need. That's really the big thing. And also the great thing, too, you'll be able to check on these as you're going throughout. So if you see that you need to be able to water them more, you'll be able to do that. But like I said, for myself right now, twice a week has been fine. And not really even a lot of water, to be honest, as of right now. But again, we're just really into the season changing here. I'm going to go ahead and water those. Again, making sure I have my tray at the bottom so I can see how that looks. Make sure, again, all of the roots are nice and secure. Okay. Going to add a little bit more potting mix here. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks really good. And I'll do my cleanup on these later, but you can see, look at that. So we have our second one already replanted there. And again, you'll be able just to wipe these off. But again, make sure that long as their roots are nice and secure there in your potting mix, you are all good to go. The plants will take care of themselves from there. Okay. All right. So that is a really easy way to be able to go ahead and to start repotting. Now, again, when it comes to displaying, as I mentioned, these plant stands are a great way to be able to do that. So once you've gotten your plants all set, I'm going to go ahead and go back to this one. This again has 4 sections here for you to be able to hold your plants on. Again, as I shared with you guys earlier, really nice design. This one is $26.99, and it is on sale right now here on Amazon. But you're able then, once you have your plant stand where you want it, then you'll be able to go ahead and put the plants that you want on the stand. So let's go ahead and show you guys ways you'll be able to do that. And again, these are all planted there. You guys can see there. And you're pretty much able to just decide where you want it, wherever you want the plants at. But it's a really nice way to be able to display them. Again, making sure that they get the sunlight or whatever that they need. But this is a great way to be able to do it. Again, at a very affordable price. Again, this one is $26.99. But again, a great deal. And something you can be able to move around easily to be able to make sure that you're getting the amount of sunlight that you need. The other thing I want to make sure that I share with you guys, again, you are looking for a nice bucket. This collapsible bucket here, like I mentioned, you get 2 of these for $22.99. This is what I use here in my home office. Really easy to be able to use, really easy to be able to carry. You can also use it, of course, for washing your car, that kind of thing. Because it does come with 2 of them, of course, you can be able to use them, one in the house, one outside. As I shared with you guys, this is how it comes, like this. And it's very easy. All you do, take your hand when you're ready to be able to bring it out, just push it, and you're all set to go. There's your handle. And then when you're finished, all you have to do, put it on a flat surface, preferably, turn it upside down, and then just press on it. There you go. And you're ready to be able to store it. Really easy to be able to use. This is something that's really cool. I leave mine in the home office. I leave it up. But this is one that I'm having to use for something. I'm able to just to take it out to where I need it to be and fold it up. Really easy to clean up. Really great deal there. The other last thing I will remind you guys of, because I think it is such a great deal, and that is about these saucers. Make sure you guys do get these, and make sure if your pots do not have the section to be able to catch the water, like the ones I shared with you guys today, that you have these to be able to make sure that you're not making a mess in your home or home office, on your windowsill, wherever it may be, because it definitely makes it a whole lot easier for you. And I cannot tell you enough when it comes to the Miracle-Gro potting mix. Again, the difference it's made. Again, my plant journey began. Hey, you know what? I do. I mean, I like it because it's relaxing as far as the plants go. For me, that is. Hey, I think it's Aisha. Good to see you. Hey, Earl. Yes, 2 buckets. You get 2 buckets. I do like the planting because for me, it's relaxing. I mean, it's a little bit of work, of course, to be able to take care of them, but I love the finished product. And I also like that this is something I can be able to share with other people. Like I mentioned, I had family in town from Alabama that came in and surprised my mom. And I was able to give them some of these plants to take back, knowing that they were our grandmother's plant. You know, that it was her plant that she had when she was alive. And to be able to share it, it's a really cool way. Let's see. Eric says, just getting into planting plants, how much water do you recommend? Eric, so let me tell you about for myself. Now, this is what I do because, and again, every plant is going to be different, I think. But for like, I was just repotting some plants here, Eric. And for myself, this is what I do. I make sure initially that the soil is nice and wet. You want to make sure it's nice and wet. And that's why I recommend these saucers, Eric, because if you do overwater, of course, the extra water is going to drain off. So it's one of those things that you don't have to worry about initially because the extra water will drain off. But it's better to have the soil nice and wet and then to kind of watch it from there. As I mentioned, now in the fall season, I've been watering mine twice a week. But all I do is I just touch the soil to see how it is. But different plants may be different, so just kind of keep that in mind. But I definitely would just make sure initially the soil is nice and damp. And if you do that, like I just did with the ones I just potted today, that way you can make sure that they're able to get the nutrients that they need from the potting mix. Again, as I shared with someone who asked earlier, this potting mix has everything you need. And it's good feeding for them for up to 6 months. But I have not, all that you see right here, I've been able to pretty much have all of these potted this way now since January. So it's one of those things you don't really have to worry about. But again, making sure that you have the right ingredients. Again, this is kind of an all-in-one. It's a complete set. So just kind of keep that in mind too. Let's see. Keep in mind for the spring, it's harder to water. Yeah. I mean, it is one of those things, Eric. But again, depending on what kind of plant it is, it really will depend too on how often you have to water, right? And again, like I said, my main thing is just to check it. As long as it feels like it's kind of damp and not too dry, I think you're good. But it is something to be able to watch. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's segment. Hope you guys got some ideas for yourself and how you can be able to use Miracle-Gro to be able to take care of your plants as we're into the fall season. Also, hope you guys found some great ways to be able to display your plants as well. There are a lot of different options out there. We've shared some of them in the carousel here. So I hope you guys will find some that you can be able to like. Again, a lot of different pots to be able to choose from as well. I like the fact that for me, as far as the stands go or the pots, it really pretty much is up to your personal taste. But I like a variety, so that way I'm able to share them in different areas of my home. That's going to do it for us for this segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. I'll see you back here real soon. Take care.